Welcome to this £1 million cottage positioned just 15 minutes away from central London. It's a unique property that I'm really excited to share with you. So you enter into a large open space which is currently shared by the kitchen and the dining room, and it carries on further down towards the rear of the property, which I'll show you in just a second. So the kitchen is very well thought out. It's just towards the side of the property, adjacent to one of the rooms. We have top of the line appliances here, a Siemens induction hob and a Rangemaster extraction fan. So everything's very well thought out. There's just enough counter space to cook and prepare food, and it carries on down towards the rear of the property as well. We then have a very chic dining area, enough to sit 6 people, and it just works so well with the sort of layout that it's here. It's a non-standard layout. We're in a cottage that's been extended, but it's something quite unique and quite special. I really think the owners have done a really good job to make best use of the space and make it feel very open, which you'll see here in this designer living space. We then continue into this really well thought out living space, which currently has a sofa and a TV on the wall. Again, it's very nice and open. There's a very big skylight that the current owners have installed. This was actually part of an extension to the property. The original property line finished just here, but the owners have taken it out further to give them this open space here. As you can see, there are some low profile designer crittle doors that lead out onto this walled patioed garden that provides enough space for entertainment and relaxing, as you'll see when we step outside. And then just adjacent to the living space, we have a bedroom stroke study. It really depends what you like to use the room for, but it's got an ensuite. It's one of those rooms that you can really do whatever you like with. It's got access to the outside space, again, with these beautiful crittle doors. So it's a room that really could be used for whatever you like. At the moment, there's a sort of working from home setup, as you'd expect. You could, in theory, put a single bed in here and make it a really nice bedroom. We then have an ensuite bathroom that goes straight in here. And again, to save space, the owners have been very smart and they've put in sliding doors to make best use of the space. I think one of the best features of being on this ground level and having this sort of lateral living concept is the fact that you have access points from all around the property. Not only do we have the front door, we've got access to the garden from the living room and from this bedroom here, and it really is just a great aspect to have this sort of outside space to sit down and entertain, or in the summer when the weather's actually nice, to just step outside and have somewhere to have a coffee in the morning. So it really is something quite unique and a huge selling point, in my opinion, of the property. Now, continuing on from this open kitchen / dining room, we come under the stairs, which is rather unique, into this utility area here, where we've got a sink, again some counter space and plenty of storage, which in a property like this is obviously very important. We have Siemens appliances here, an oven, and again, as I say, the storage is sort of floor to ceiling, so very practical. And just behind me, we have a basement bedroom, which could be something very interesting, which I'm just about to show you. So at the moment, the current owners have put a bed in the downstairs basement room. Now, there is of course opportunity to keep it as it is, but at the same time, if someone were to purchase the property, they've got the option to make it something quite cool. So to put a little cinema room in, a projector up here, and a couple of seats, it would make something quite special and quite unique. Because it's underground, of course, there's no windows, and you can't technically class it as a bedroom, but if you were to have some guests over and you wanted to house them, this would be a good space to put them. There is a bit of storage towards the left of the room, so again, it could be fully practical as a bedroom, but it's just one of those cool little spaces that you've got options should you need them, to put a cinema in, a games room in, or even a nice little working from home studio or office. We then come up the stairs and end up on this nice little landing. There's a bathroom to one side and a bedroom just behind me with some loft storage up above. Now let's have a look in one of the bedrooms. It's enough to house a double bed. It's really tastefully sort of presented at the moment, the sort of taste that I personally have as well in my own room. I'll try and put a picture on the screen. The sort of colour scheme that they've gone for. I know it's just one sort of feature wall, but I personally really enjoy that sort of interior design, if that makes sense. Just one nice feature wall. Now, out the window, there's actually a really nice aspect and view out onto Kew Village, and then you can see from the window here as well the extension I was mentioning earlier on downstairs. But there's enough space here to put a wardrobe, and just behind us is a sort of storage closet as well. So a really well proportioned room, especially for a sort of cottage in London. Now, adjacent to the bedroom, we have, of course, the family bathroom. Really well presented, tiled at the moment. It's not the biggest space, but of course very useful to have 2 bathrooms in a property like this, which is very rare. Now, for a cottage, it actually has really high ceilings. Again, similar to one of our other videos, which you might have seen in Blake Mews. This style of property actually has quite high ceilings. So really tastefully presented. There's wooden floors throughout the property on the first floor, giving it a really nice sort of juxtaposition between period living and contemporary living. So it genuinely is one of my favourite properties that I've seen so far, and it's something so different and something quite unique. So coming out of these crystal doors, we're onto a patio garden, obviously wall that wraps around the whole garden, a couple of cute plants, a sitting area here, and we keep going through here into another section of the garden which shows just how well proportioned everything is. To have 2 separate outside spaces, it's virtually unheard of in London. So again, something very unique and something quite special about this property, which makes it quite different. So that wraps up today's property tour. Make sure to leave a like down below if you enjoyed the video. Once again, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.